Welcome back, everyone. Another episode of Coffee with the Commish, another World Baseball Classic edition. You can see on the bottom of the screen, Panama against the Netherlands. Netherlands heavy favorites in this spot on the money line. Over/under set in at 8.5 total runs in this game. Yesterday, good start to the WBC. Went 3-1 overall. The one team that did manage to burn us was Panama. They pulled upset against Taiwan. Not something that I was expecting in the slightest. And I'll just share my screen and we'll review the data from yesterday. We'll take a look at today's pitching matchup, and then we'll have some information and a pick before we get out of here. But Panama yesterday was their first World Baseball Classic win of all time in their history of participating in this tournament. So congratulations to them. They definitely proved me wrong. Prior to that, they were 0-5. They were scoring just over a run a game, allowing more than 7 in a game. I do think looking at this roster, we're going to see some major regression today. Pitching side, they were able to save some of their better pitchers for today because of the blowout win yesterday, but still a lot of guys here that allow a lot of traffic, not a lot of swing and miss stuff, a lot of guys that struggle with command. So I think over the course of this tournament, we are going to see Panama regress to what we expected them to do before this tournament. When you go and you look at the offense, the hitters, a lot of guys that are in the lower levels of the minor leagues, A-ball, AA, stuff like that. The Frontier League is an independent league in the United States. That kind of stuff, they're going to start going against better pitching. Yesterday, if you watched the game, or I guess it was very early this morning on Eastern time, a lot of mistakes made over the middle of the plate. Credit to Panama. They capitalized on those mistakes, but I don't think we're going to continue to see those gifts given to them over the next few days. What we're going to see tonight, they have Jaime Barria on the hill, recognizable name from the Los Angeles Angels in the Major League Baseball realm. Last year, just under 80 innings of work, sub-3 ERA, only about a base runner per inning, 1.03 whip, which is walks plus hits per inning pitched. What we are going to look at in a sec here is the K percentage, not that great. The command looks great, but we'll dig into this a little bit more. Jaime Barria, because he's a major league pitcher, we have the benefit of a lot more data on him. What we can see is, and if you know anything about Jaime Barria, he's just frankly not that good. The 2.61 ERA last year was something that happened because of a lot of good luck on balls in play. You can see opposing hitters had a 227 batting average on balls in play against him. What ends up happening with this metric, it's dubbed a luck metric by a lot of analysts. It will almost always regress plus or minus 300 throughout the course of a season, meaning if there's a major deviation above 300 or below 300, it means you were either really lucky or really unlucky, and that you'll see regression either positive or negative in one of those directions. Barria, main thing that we're going to watch tonight, 3 big left-handed bats in the lineup for the Netherlands that I think could give him trouble. We can see last year, and this has been a theme throughout his career, he's much tougher on right-handed batters than he is against lefties. Righties last year had a better K percentage, much better walk percentage, meaning that lefties were seeing the ball a lot better out of his hand, able to force him deeper into counts, end up getting on base at a higher clip. Lefties had a higher batting average against Barria. They got on base at a higher frequency. And you can see the major discrepancy here in FIP, which is you can think of as ERA. It's on the same scale. 322 against right-handed batters, 602 against lefties. When we go and we look and see why that is, we'll go look at the batted ball metrics. Righties, he gets the righties to hit the ball on the ground a lot more often than he does lefties. Lefties get this ball in the air. A lot of times what that comes with is a lot more hard contact, which you can see here. Lefties making more medium level contact against them and much more hard contact as well. So those 3 lefties that are at the top of the Netherlands lineup, which we saw yesterday, Jurickson Profar, Roger Bernardina, and Didi Gregorius, 3 out of those 4 right out of the gate, I think could be a tough matchup for Barria. We can go verify this on the Savant charts as well. You can see a lot of blue here, which means the expected stats show that he's far worse than league average as a major league pitcher when it comes to velo, spin rates, missing bats, slugging percentage, all of these things. Pitch mix, not very deep. He's going to rely on this slider a lot, but the fact that against left-handed batters, we'll split this so you guys can see. Against lefties, he's got this slider, but the changeup and the fastball really are not what he needs them to be. The changeup will play off the fastball, but if you can't get the fastball by anyone, he could be in for some trouble tonight, at least against these lefties. So if you're on prize picks, anything like that, I don't personally use prize picks, but over 1.5 total bases for guys like Profar, Bernardina, Gregorius, I think they got a shot to get there even in just their first at bat. But We'll go look at the other side of this matchup as well. The Netherlands, a team that we were on yesterday, plus 150 on the money line, and they cashed. It's a roster that I like a lot. It starts with the offense. Xander Bogaerts, Gregorius, we just mentioned, Jerkson Profar, 3 really high-quality bats. You look down the rest of this lineup as well. Jonathan Scope has experience in this tournament. They have some talent here with Chadwick Tromp and some of these other guys that are going to get some at-bats throughout the next couple of days. The pitching is pretty good too, and they didn't have to go super deep into their bullpen in game 1 against Cuba when they won 4-2. So Netherlands 12-13 all time in the WBC after their win last night. I think they have some positive momentum coming in here going into the next day. Venue in this one, we can go over and we could take a look at the World Baseball Classic. They're back in Taichung tonight at the Intercontinental Baseball Stadium. As we mentioned yesterday, this is a venue that is very, very pitcher friendly. Prior to 2023, 6 games played in this event. 5 of them had 6 runs or fewer scored. Yesterday, 1 game was 6 runs and then 1 with the 17. We mentioned already the really poor pitching performance from Chinese Taipei, and Panama been able to take advantage of that. Today, I think we have better pitching on the mound. Again, 8 games played at this stadium. 6 of them have resulted in 6 runs or fewer on the board. Ball really does not carry out to left center field at all. Looks like the reports of the balls being quote unquote bouncy seems to be way overblown. There was a couple of balls yesterday that guys really seemed to get a hold of that didn't go anywhere. So I don't think that a weak hitting Panama team, and I mean weak in the sense that they don't really have the potential to hit the ball over the wall down the lineup. I don't think they're going to be able to put the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to score in bunches in this spot, especially when you go and you look at who's getting the ball in this spot. Martis for the Netherlands, last pitched in Major League Baseball in 2013, and you can see the stats weren't that great, but he's had some more recent stops that led us to believe that he could be better in this spot. Last year, 80 1/3 innings of work with 2 different teams, 1.68 ERA, 0.80 whip, so less than a base runner allowed per inning pitched, 24.5 K percentage, 6.6 walk rate. Both of those are very healthy, so he should be able to get off to a good start in this one. Always be careful with guys who have really, really bad stats in the majors and then start to figure it out in other places. If they go to the KBO or to an independent league or anywhere else, there's just a lot of variance there. Not to have any disrespect to any other leagues, they're just different. So it's sometimes hard to weight those stats. But overall, I think the Netherlands are the better team in this spot. I think they are going to need a little bit out of those left-handed bats to get off to a good start. If they don't get to Barria, I think things will get more difficult in the latter innings. But overall, we go back and we look at the scoring at this particular ballpark. I think the under 8.5 has some value here. I think people are probably overreacting a little bit to Panama scoring 12 runs yesterday. Netherlands looked good, but I could see them again winning like a 5-3 type of game or a 5-2 type of game if their pitching holds up. So only spot I'm on in this one, under 8.5. I know a couple of my friends are on the Netherlands team total, but under 8.5, that's the only one I'm going with in this spot. Again, guys, just doing these videos, trying to share some information. I know it's hard when there's guys coming from the KBO and the Australian Baseball League and the Chinese Professional Baseball League and everywhere else. Like, these guys are all very, very talented, but sometimes it's hard to weight those stats against one another. So just trying to provide some insight, share some information, and hopefully we can make some good decisions with it, whether you're betting on the game and you can make some money with it, or if it just makes the game more fun and enjoyable to watch. I think both of those are huge wins. So best of luck, everyone. Hopefully this was valuable. If you found it valuable, like, share, subscribe, all of those good things. If you have any other good nuggets to share, throw them in the comments. Other than that, we'll see you guys later.